Here we go. It's Chronic versus Knightyuh in the North American Arm the Rebels. Arm the Rebels is back to 1v1 this week, and we have ourselves a nice doozy. Chronic is one of the people who qualified for Salt Mine for NA through the first qualifier, Diaz and Chronic. So technically, Chronic is the best North America has to offer right now, because Diaz, of course, South American, qualifying for USE Salt Mine 4. So I'm excited to see what we have from Chronic here. Maybe a potential winner of this Arm the Rebels, but of course, Diaz is playing again as well in an attempt to hold it down. He did not find as much success when he played on EU servers for Salt Mine. Chronic has not tried to play on EU servers for Salt Mine. I think he's just accepted that NA is good enough. But we'll see how he does here against Knightyuh, who is been grinding up in 1v1, has qualified for many a tournament. It seems like when you throw him against the rest of the crew of people in North America around that 1v1 bubble who are trying to get their way in, Knightyuh has the better of them. So he's got another chance here against, I say it again, one of, if not the best, that NA has to offer. He might be ahead of First Killer and Daniel, probably the next two up from North America, who, you know, of course, we're not counting Diaz, who's technically South American. But we'll have to see. First Killer has made it to a grand final before. I think there's been 2 grand finals between First Killer and Diaz. Chronic will meet Diaz before the grand final in this bracket, I believe. So he might not get a chance to make a grand final just because he might run into Mr. Diaz earlier than some other people might. Script leak? Well, it's hard to say if it's necessarily a leak or not. It's just explaining the bracket. I want to say to be a semifinal. I think Diaz and Chronic are, by seed, expected to play against each other this time around. Chronic with a 93-7 in this prediction. Arm the Rebels has played with 16 players each tournament, but it really seems like the 1 versus 16 type games have been really tough for the lower seeds. There's only very rarely been somebody who wins from the qualifier being able to beat the invitees, but it does get mixed up a little bit more once you get into the round of 8. As Chronic, nice save, double save from Knightyuh to keep Chronic only up 3-1. FK versus Tricky probably isn't happening yet. I think it's happening in the second round. I mean, it's a first round game, but the second round of games being live streamed. As Chronic dribbles from the back wall, Knightyuh's just going to miss on his challenge. But if you guys go to Liquipedia, you know, a lot of people like to ask where certain games are being played a lot. If you go to Liquipedia, you will be able to highlight over a match or click it. There's a little Twitch icon. I mean, you can straight up just click the Twitch icon. It'll take you to a link to the stream. But usually the way I use it is I just hover to see whose name shows up. And then I just go find it on Twitch myself, because Liquipedia tries to do like a player-in-player situation that I don't really like. But Chronic is a great reset shots to make it 5-1 on the wave dash. But yeah, it sounds like Dazarin, someone did that same work and found out for you. So later today, Dazarin will be live with First Killer Tricky. Finally gonna get a second opportunity to score. How much? He actually has 6 shots, 3 saves apiece. Knightyuh must have missed one naturally. Yeah, Dazarin streams. Has anybody told him? Dazarin, for some reason, he does have very low frames, and his stream doesn't always have low frames. I think it's something to do with the overlay. Chronic air dribble out of the back corner. Got a nice bit of movement off ball on the reset, but still shooting from far out. Knightyuh able to sit and react, and now we'll get a reset shot himself the other way. So it's felt like Chronic has controlled the entire game so far. I was going to say series. Technically, it is series because there's only been one game played. But maybe a late surge from Knightyuh to make it a bit more spicy here. You know, do people type yo a bunch on accident? Y triple O? It does seem like people type it a lot on accident. Chronic playing slowly out of his own half, and he just owned gold. So I think all he really needs to do is not that for the next minute, and he should be okay. Knightyuh's gotten half of his goals off of freebies from Chronic, but that's always been Chronic's weakness in 1v1. His desire to hit a clip so oftentimes gives freebies to his opponents. Knightyuh, if he got a reset off the 50, he did not use it to dash, but it might not have mattered much. Chronic gonna steal this one away, and Turtle, as he gives himself a 3-goal lead.
Baby Feer hairline reveal when?
Event Horizons 21, they've been a 2 months of Prime. Appreciate you contributing your Prime to the stream. Baby Feer was on yesterday. He was not wearing a hat, so I guess yesterday was Baby Feer hairline reveal. Knightyuh tapping one more in for the road. I guess in theory could clutch it out here in the next 7 seconds, but not very likely. Just like his pops. Yeah, he might even have a little bit more hair than me, having just cleaned it up last night. Game number 1 going to go to Chronic. The favorite starts with the edge in this Arm the Rebels round of 16. Game number 2. Chronic and Knightyuh. Knightyuh looking good towards the end of last game. If he can keep that kind of momentum going, maybe we're looking at a much more interesting game number 2, but previous time around, Chronic able to get a big separation early on. And just as I say it, Knightyuh's going to score the first goal, undercutting Chronic as he tries to reset possession in his back half. Denied. And it's a Knightyuh 1-0 lead. Balding comes through the mother's genetics to look at Dr. Feer's family, see if they're balding. Dr. Feer's family is looking pretty safe. But the problem is my mom's family is, for the most part, pretty safe when it comes to balding. So it's not, I don't know how much I believe that. Knightyuh's going to score 2-0. My mom's family is fine and my hair is cooked. It's a myth, I swear. Yeah, I mean, I feel like my mom's side is pretty safe too. Chronic trying to take on the Diaz challenge, showing that he is capable over here on these USC servers. What a save from Knightyuh. He slams it into the crossbar as well, which helps him on this counterattack. He's going to flick past Chronic into the top right, and it's a 3-0 lead. Knightyuh has absolutely changed the momentum of the series here. We saw it creeping up towards the end of game 1. Chronic not as perfect as he was to start the game, but his aerial attacks is giving away a few opportunities for freebies. Now he's going to go air dribble bump, and he couldn't quite protect it. Set that up too close to the back wall and the post, allowing Knightyuh to be able to adjust and get around it. You want to try and make sure that defenders have to defend the middle of the net. Now it's a 4-0 lead for Knightyuh, as Chronic trying to intercept the air dribble, goes flying over the top, and Knightyuh takes it to the ground. LK Pinky, thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Much appreciated. Your old name shows up on the chat overlay. You can see why maybe you changed it. Chronic is on the board. Pause from Knightyuh. And I don't think he's talking about anything that was said by anyone else. I think he wants a pause. Frame dropped right as he air dribbled. I was going to go. Well, the way it works is you play it out. So it's okay. Chronic says take the goal. Okay. We are. He lost a frame. He doesn't seem to care about the server. That's what I care about. We don't need a new server. Wait, what? Why do I feel like Chronic's words? That was Chronic's goal, no? Okay, whatever. This is fine. This is how it can be played. This is how, you know, it would be played. You can't basically, just because Chronic is up in the air, you can't like have a frame drop and then try and call for a pause because you might have saved it. But I thought that Chronic just said, I'm going to give you a goal, but I meant take the goal back. Oh. I am not going to do that. Basically, I'll reset servers and stuff, but that's up to you guys. Yeah, I don't think I really do not want to touch, and I think this is out of the rules that, you know, Chalkcast would agree with as well. I don't want to touch the scoreboard and like change scores if possible. If I can pause, you know, my admin controls are so that after a kickoff or after a goal or something, if somebody needs a pause, we need to switch servers, I need to set up the map again. That's what we can use them for. I don't want to be like toggling people's score left and right just because you want to give it back because maybe there was a... I think the way for them to handle it is to just take 2 seconds off the clock to score a kickoff goal. If you want to give Knightyuh the goal back or whatever, then you just let him score. Game number 3. Knightyuh with a dominant game 2. Chronic now with negative momentum, really. I mean, Knightyuh had a dominant game. Chronic had to bail out a couple minutes early. Chronic has always been one of the people who are down to forfeit when he feels the game is over. Yeah, are you guys all getting that? I'm getting it too. This I've heard it's like Steam. Chat, have you guys heard it's like Steam updating or something? You guys know what I'm saying? You guys remember this happening last week? I feel like Steam updated or something, and it just like chalked everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Steam maintenance. Hanky Panky, thank you for the 7 months of Prime. Everybody, like you guys saw me dropping frames. He was dropping frames. I bet Chronic was dropping frames. And I think it's like Steam maintenance or something. But that's just a reset game there. Blah, 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 blah. You obviously missed the reveal earlier. Can we do tests? Sure. Feer, when was this emote added? Today. What do you think? Things like lag frames and stuff is valid to pause. Right. I think that was a legit pause. I mean, Tiny Terry would be the official admin. Uh, you can test it, yeah? Don't have to wait for him. Is Knightyuh gonna find his way in? That's the question, though. Is the server all messed up? Yeah, I'm guessing Knightyuh's having trouble getting in because he's about to type in the Discord. Oh, no, never mind. He's here. Test it. Test. Yeah, this is a test. I'll just reset to 5 minutes when you are ready. By the way, I think your hat was green screened out. Do we have a bunch of people who weren't here earlier who just got jump scared by the hair reveal? We like it? Okay, I think they said, all right, it's good. We'll just put this back to... Game 3! Yes, me. Yes, we had hair reveal. If you look down in the bottom right, you'll see a timer ticking down for the 9 to 5-a-thon. We have 12 hours left of the 9 to 5-a-thon. And we were able to reach the previous incentive, which was hair reveal. So we have indeed revealed the hair today. Although I think some people who just tuned in for Arm the Rebels just got a little surprised. Feer, I know I've made a bunch of jokes at your hairless expense today, but despite all those jokes, I do really think that you're bald. Nice move by Chronic. It's true. Caught. You got me. I'm hairless. I did have some little stubble, though, so it counts as a hair reveal. Surely, though, when we go back to streaming with our hat on tomorrow and all in the future, the bald jokes will end. I'm sure of it. Because no longer will it be visible. Chat will forget. Chronic peppering the nets, and despite the couple saves from Knightyuh, eventually he finds his way through. How many subs did you start at before the 9 to 5-a-thon? The total subs there in the bottom started at 0. 0 subs when we started the 9 to 5-a-thon. We are day 10. If you happen to be showing up here for the first time, it's a great shot from Chronic. Today, don't forget that you do need to clock in for work. It's time to work here in the 9 to 5-a-thon. So you got to type 10 working in the chat for day 10 to clock in. It's no longer as easy as just typing 1. We have really advanced, you know, the technology over here at Feer Corp. Chronic is bouncing back. Ooh, what a read. Is he gonna turtle shoot this? Oh, it would have been fun if he had gotten one more touch, but he gets bumped here. Power slides backwards, and like it's no big deal, like it was the plan all along. Makes the shot on target. 12-hour mark? Oh, in a minute 30, chat. I'm gonna need you guys all to respectfully salute as we fall underneath the 12-hour mark. Working here, but I don't really enjoy some of my coworkers. Is that right? Hey, I'm Jay. Could you go ahead and call them out? This is HR. We'd like to know exactly which coworkers you don't enjoy. Chronic just freestyling. 360 power sliding before taking his shot. I remember a long time ago, Kronovi did like a 180 power slide to make a play back in, you know, pre-season 1 RLCS, and everyone was like, no way! And the first half flip back in those days, it was also Kronovi, like, look at him, he canceled this backflip to quickly rotate back. Good old days. Oh yes, I actually have a list. I prefer to email. It's pretty extensive. That T one I do not enjoy. Wait, you're talking about our newest employee? Crypto T or whatever his name is? Dude, Chronic is freestyling. Oh my goodness. He's just going for crazy clips. Will he get away with it is the question, though. Down 2. Still waiting to see your Frisbee tournament highlights. Starting to think they don't exist. Not versed! Thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Appreciate you. Should we do it tomorrow, chat? Is it story time tomorrow in the morning? Before we start up King of the Hill? King of the Hill, week 3. King of the Hill 3, week 3. It's going to be a bit shorter week. Story time needs to be outside work hours? No, come on. You've never done your, like, get to meet your coworkers, icebreaker type stuff while on the clock? Team building? You're going to have to ask Mets about these alleged Feer disc golf highlights. No, there are no disc golf highlights. How do we know that since you're waiting until tomorrow that it's not an AI-generated video? I've already showed you the beginning of it, I think, once on stream. The first couple frames. Last team building, you fools left me in the woods. It was on the news. I thought we signed an NDA about that. Chronic of 6'4" with 44 seconds. Knightyuh trying to pass to himself on the midfield. Chronic just being a little pest around the ball. Doing his best to slow it down. Did he just force Knightyuh to own goal? No, pretty solid recovery from Knightyuh. But Chronic, he's relentless, and he's going to get a 7th goal. And Knightyuh's had enough. He does not want to wait 17 seconds. Chronic up to 1 in this best of 5. Game number 4. It's Chronic and Knightyuh. The 2 games that Chronic have won were pretty heavily in his favor. Looked like he was almost freestyling around the map, comfortable for the win. But the one that Knightyuh won was domination. So we'll see if any sign of that shows up again. Chronic faking throughout the air dribble. Knightyuh frozen in net. Chronic going to be able to let it bounce and go top right. Spam this Knightyuh to help out Knightyuh. Isn't this supposed to rhyme? Hopefully you understand that it does now that I explained it. Yuh rhymes with yeah. Of course. Of course it does. Spam this buh to help out Knightyuh. Nobody's trying to spam anything for Chronic, or just think Chronic doesn't need the help? This is a freestyler reset start. Look at this from Chronic. That is maybe even more impressive than the DS challenge. He like started the dribble so low and had to launch a flick out to even get it going. Glitch 801. Thank you for the brand new Prime. Much appreciated. RL Tire, you're not really thinking very hard about that one. That also doesn't rhyme, Koi. Chronic wanted the demo, Knightyuh knew it, so he froze in his tracks. Bald, last time I saw you, you had hair? It's been a while since, I mean, anybody's seen what's under the hat. Thinking you're used to seeing me with a hat on. Spam Sonic to help Chronic. That kind of works. Ooh, what a save by Knightyuh, but I think the side flip is for sure in for Chronic. Nice save. Redirecting this long shots. Chronic trying to get to the ground quickly before Knightyuh returns there, and he does. Able to pop it up for a flick and retake the lead. Yeah, I just shaved my hat off, and the next one will grow very soon, so don't worry. Chronic reset top shelf. Man, another crazy save from Knightyuh. This is going to be quite the performance if he's able to send it to game 5. Little zap dash. Not sure it mattered, as Chronic kind of dove forward with the ball here. Fairly inexplicably. How many panels is your hair? I usually grow 5 panel hairs. Big 50 win for Chronic. Has orange trail, but should just be a goal. Spam this light bruh to help out Knightyuh. I mean, that's just... I do like spam this tonic. That's a good one. That one was well thought out. Everyone on Reddit is wondering, does the carpet match the curtains? Actually, I went and read all the Reddit comments, and no one said that. So... Chronic, the self-pass off the side wall. Simple but effective. Chronic is loving his soft musties to get the air dribbles going. Often seen from freestylers, and only among the rare competitive players. Usually the ones with a freestyler type lean and or history. Chronic deleted. Knightyuh needs to rush this to net, and he does. Chronic cannot stop it on the respawn. What is going on with Knightyuh on the kickoff? He actually recovered it pretty well. Chronic hit the brakes just to see if maybe Knightyuh was going to completely miss. Air dribble to the backboard. His double denied. Couple chain dashes. Maybe could have gotten the miracle recovery, but still nowhere close. 5-5 with a minute left to go. Might be looking at game 5 if Chronic is not able to retake the lead. They're only going 50 miles per hour, but they kind of get up to 50 miles an hour really fast. Their acceleration is absurd, I think. If you're watching the... That was a 51 mile per hour skid out, though. I don't know, that's kind of wild. Chronic. This ball Has to get carried back to the targets. Oh my goodness, what a finish. Not the easiest dribble to set up away from the net. But Chronic gets the reset, gets on the correct side of the ball, and carries it in before showing that he has the powerful musties as well, not just the soft ones to continue air dribbles. Chronic kickoff win, and he might have just secured this series. Up 7-5 with 19 seconds. Knightyuh needed an immediate goal, didn't get it. Chronic's going to take it to his own back wall, waste some time, and just go for an air dribble here to finish out the game. GG's! The game that Knightyuh won was a very strong performance, and he actually kept these ones generally close. But his Arm the Rebels run will end in the first round as, oh my goodness, he puts on a stylish shot to finish. The GG's from Chronic, and he's out as well. I'll let you guys watch this Knightyuh. I mean, it's not really a celebration, but a goal for the road as Chronic advances.